We're joined by our Red Wave panel, North Carolina Republican Party Chair Mike Whatley, Pennsylvania Republican Party Chair Lawrence Tabbas, Georgia Republican Party Chair David Schaefer, and Arizona Republican Party Chair Kelly Ward. All right. Thank you all for joining us on such a big night. We are so glad to have this panel with us. Kelly, I do want to start with you because there was a lot of news out of your state today in Maricopa County that there have been some issues with these ballot tabulators. I hear that they may be fixed now, but what can you tell us about that? And are you concerned about what this may mean for when we would know results?
Right. Well, and I thank you for having me. It's great to see some of my fellow RNC chairmen right here with me. I know we are all fighting the battle. Starting at 6 a.m. when the polls opened, my phone started blowing up with complaints. We've had over 1,200 complaints that were formally issued and have been addressed by our team of attorneys that is on the ground. Maricopa County, I'm sorry, they have so much incompetence, so many mistakes. This never should have happened. Instead of doing a press conference yesterday, Stephen Richer and the Board of Supervisors should have been making sure that this equipment worked for our voters. Instead, they were out maligning me, maligning Senator Wendy Rogers and others who care about election integrity. We aren't going to stand for it. But the good news is our voters are relentless and they are tireless and they are going to stay at the polls until they are able to cast their vote today. And we are going to have a huge red wave here in Arizona.
Kelly, real quick follow-up. Do you guys have attorneys out in the field monitoring this situation?
We do. We have 35 attorneys on site right here in our so-called war room. I know the Democrats don't like that term, but that's what we're calling it because we are at war for the political future of this country and basically for our very freedom. We also have 4 roving attorneys who are all over the state who are taking care of these problems, addressing them as they happen, because what we learned in 2020 is if you wait until after the election, many judges will say it's just too late.
Right.
We don't want it to be late. We want every legal vote counted.
Absolutely. Mike Whatley, I've been saying that North Carolina, to me, is my bellwether. You guys, your polls close at 7:30. You got Ted Budd, the congressman, running for the Senate against Cheri Beasley. My view is how that race goes determines how the night goes. You tell me, how do you think that's going to go? And when will we know how North Carolina goes?
I think you're going to enjoy the night, Sean. We're going to have a great night here. We're going to be relatively drama-free here in North Carolina. I'm thinking Ted Budd +4, +5. I think we're going to have a relatively early call. He has run a completely flawless campaign. Cheri Beasley never once was able to land a glove on him. And he is listening to the voters of North Carolina. And we're going to see, I think we're going to have an early night here in North Carolina.
All right, Lawrence, in Pennsylvania, you had both of your Senate candidates, John Fetterman and Dr. Mehmet Oz, trying to really court those suburban voters. They are both in Bucks County over the weekend. Are those suburban voters energized? What are you saying?
Our voters are extremely energized. We've had very high turnout today all throughout the state, especially in strong Republican areas. I feel very confident, and I credit the message of our candidates in getting it out there to the voters. We're going to be part of the red wave tonight. Like my friend Michael in North Carolina, it's been a relatively quiet day. We call our room the Everybody Votes room, not the war room. And we are confident that we're going to get some new congressmen, and we're going to keep our legislature, and we're going to win our statewide offices handily. So we're looking for a very good night here, too. Red wave tonight for Pennsylvania.
All right. Well, there's one place that's definitely not going to be quiet. That is Georgia. We've been talking a lot about it, David. There's a lot of focus. Lindsay and I have been talking about whether it's going to a runoff or not going to a runoff. Here's the question I want to focus on a little bit more. When will we know? Give me an idea in terms of timelines tonight. What should we be looking for and when in terms of how much will be coming in by what point in the night?
Well, we'll begin to get a picture shortly after 7 o'clock, but I feel very good about Herschel's chances. He has gotten into a groove. It appears to be the momentum has shifted to him dramatically since his debate against Raphael Warnock, and I really feel that he is closing strongly and that there'll be something for us to celebrate tonight.
All right, I only have a minute left, but I do want to go around the horn and give me one county that you are keeping close eye on that you have to win. Kelly, I'll start with you. One county.
Maricopa County, the home of incompetence, but we're watching them and we're going to win it.
All right, Michael.
New Hanover County, which is down in Wilmington on the coast, and that is our ultimate bellwether.
Lawrence.
A big win in Lancaster County.
All right, David, final word.
we don't need to win it, but all eyes are on Fulton County, which is a historically dumpster fire of ineptitude.
All right.
I wrote them all down.
Sean has them down.
We got them down.
We've them locked in. Michael Lawrence, David Kelly, thank you so much for taking time with us tonight on such an important night. Good luck in these final hours.
Thank you very much.
All right.